friends, Adrian Dorothy over here.
Sergeant Lamb.
Hey, we are really having a lot of stuff. You know, you talk about things missing in the
Yes.
world. You know, things disappeared, you know. But here's the thing, and this is what I do not understand this at all. There was all kinds of money that was missing, that was sent from this country to Iran, was it? Iraq.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm talking about
6.6 billion.
truckloads. I'm talking about truckloads.
Cellophane wrapped cash. I mean, we were
in pallets.
Our country was shipping cash by the pallets into Iraq.
I mean, is that amazing or what?
And it went missing, and they just now found it. And, you know,
well, they didn't find it all. Let me tell you.
Well, no, but you know, and just when you start,
I know one guy that took 150 million right off the top. He went right there. One of the
that was the lobbyist that pitched the whole war to begin with.
And one of the ministers went in there, right
you know, people
at the airport.
People don't realize that, you know, when it comes to foreign aid, especially with these, you know, horrible illegal wars. I mean, so much loot was taken out of our pockets in the, you know, the DoD, you know, Department of Defense, their budget, you know, taxpayer dollars, and thrown into the Middle East, whether it be to pay off police officers, you know, Middle Eastern police officers, to give us phony terrorists that we just locked away in Guantanamo and tortured, or back in the Bush era, he actually paid the Afghanistan farmers to burn their crops of, you know, because they were making heroin. It's like, well, I can't stop you from shipping it over here and selling it in the streets of here. I'll just give you the street value and you burn your fields. You know, I mean, like, there's so much corruption and greed and bribe money, and you know, and like there's a good movie Matt Damon did, The Green Zone.
Yeah.
You know, and again, it was all about Iraq and the weapons of mass destruction. You know, and he was working for this. You know, he was a U.S. soldier. They started working for a contractor, and the guy was like, you know, oh, we got this guy who's going to spill the beans on the fact that there was no weapons of mass destruction. All right, here, take this sack. It's got 1.8 million in it. Go get him to talk. You know, and that's how it went, you know. And I was in Iraq when all that money went missing, and you know, that was such a headache.
No, I tell you what,
I never found it.
Well, you and I both, you know, but you know, you have so many things that are going on over there, like the demonstrations that are going on in this country now.
Well, yeah, you know, like it seems like all the uprivals are now here, you know, and I've mentioned this in the last recording.
And it is getting more and more support, those demonstrations.
And you know what, the longer they keep at it, it's not going to die, because especially take what happened in Oakland, all right? You had a former Marine who was a veteran of 2 tours in Iraq.
That was unbelievable.
Doing some peaceful protesting, you know, hey, he earned it. Just, you know, hey, he earned the right. You know, he went and sacrificed and risked his life twice for this country and for those rights. You know, because that's in the oath. I will support and defend the Constitution. So his First Amendment right to gather and organize and free speech ended very quickly when the police raided it, and he was hit in the head and knocked unconscious with a police projectile. It was a tear gas canister, I believe. And then when people went to administer medical aid to him, some of the police officers threw flashbang grenades into that pile.
You're kidding.
So it was a big nightmare, and he's still unconscious and in critical condition in the hospital.
He still is?
Yeah.
So what does the police
who knows?
What are they going to do about it?
Yeah, you know, and there was, what was it? I think it was not in New York, but it was on the East Coast. There was this police chief that was going against the mayor and the governor, saying, I'm not going to touch these protesters. Because one, if the police get involved, it's going to make it even worse. He's like, you guys know politics, I know policing, and if we get in there and start busting these,
for him.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, you know, they're not harming anyone. They're using their First Amendment rights. They're being peaceful. If we go in there and start busting heads, all it's going to do is one, fuel the movement. All right, you know, this is like back in the Civil Rights Day. You know, if you just do peaceful protests, that was the strongest weapon against oppression and violence. Plain and simple. You know, and again, all the Fox News, all the right-wing media, they're trying to say, oh, they're just a bunch of hippies and they're just, you know, defecating on themselves, which no, they're just students and college grads, and they have a wonderful reason to bitch and complain, because just last week, you know, the Senate proposed a tax hike on people that make over $1 million, not net value, like literally you take home in your pocket, you're not combined, you know, all liquid. you take home cash of over $1 million, your taxes will raise by not 1%, 0.5%, 0.05.
Is that a joke or what?
Right, that's half an effing penny, people. Okay, and guess what? All Democrats voted for it, and all the Republicans voted against it. So it was filibustered and died. And it just
for 0.5%.
0.5%.
That is
in the past 10 years, they have raped and pillaged and made millions and millions through a recession, and they still continue. But 0.5% no. And and it's amazing the know nothing candidates again, and we have Mitt Romney, and you think about a guy who he was born into wealth, okay, and he's never actually created anything. He just busts up corporations, and that's how he makes his millions. But you take a guy like that, and he says, and he did, and this is a quote, he says, because Obama's trying to stop foreclosures. He's trying to keep people in their homes, and Mitt Romney says in a statement to the press, he says, we need to let this foreclosure happen. We don't need to slow it down. We need to speed it up, let it take its course, so investors, rich assholes like him, can buy these lots at dirt cheap and put renters in them. And I'm just like, you know what? It just sounds like you are out of touch. So basically you want, I paid $300,000 for my house. So basically you want an investor, a millionaire, to buy it at $50,000, okay? So I just pretty much bent over, backwards and took it up the rear and rent from you. It's like they want servitude. They just want slaves. They renters. It's like, whatever happened to the American dream? A house, 2 cars in the garage, and a chicken in the pot. You're like, no. So now neighborhoods should just be renting hoods. They don't want Americans to own property. They want millionaires to own Americans. And it's amazing. I was like, wow, you are such an asshole. You are so arrogant, narcissistic, to just the whole, that statement, the fact that he doesn't realize what he said. We want investors, millionaires, to buy people's houses for dirt cheap, and then put those same poor people back into the houses to make a profit off them.
Well,
can't we just have a dream and own it?
The thing is that they're not going to quit until there is a moped in every home and a pigeon in every pot. Or
McDonald's a big, some nasty crap food like that.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hi everyone, Sergeant Lamb from the Hips, as you all know. I wanted to let everyone know what's going on with my website, bigwheelconversion.com. I teased you all about 2 months ago and saying, hey, I've got this modification kit you can buy for your big bore 4-stroke, and you can make this thing into a true all-terrain hunting dirt bike or, dune dirt bike, alright? So far, everything is going great. Stay tuned. Go to the website in about 2 weeks. You'll be able to actually purchase the kit. You'll be able to sign up to receive updates, be part of our mailing list. We're going to have new photos, new pictures. This thing's going to be entered in a couple car shows, and then we're also going to debut this, my big wheel, at Glamis come Thanksgiving. So I just wanted to let everyone know we got a lot of cool stuff coming as we're gearing towards production mode. This kind of, a couple months ago, it was kind of an exploration campaign to see if anyone actually wanted to buy anything from me. All right, and so far, everybody's loving it. Everyone loves the bike, and I hope you get a chance to check it out. And and if you're local and if you are really interested in buying one of my kits, I can arrange a test drive for one of my big wheel kits. So stay tuned. In about 2 weeks, go check out the website. It's going to get a lot of updates. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, until next time, hoorah!
We're back. Hey,
Yes.
I got one for you.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out why would the media mostly can make this kind of a comment. They said that this year the American public is going to spend $3 billion now with the B $1 billion on Hollywood Halloween costumes.
Halloween costumes.
I mean,
And I'm very guilty of that too.
You know, that's not counting the candy now.
You know, just costumes.
Just costume, yeah, but I'm trying to figure out why would, what is the reason for, for such a situation, okay? So they said, well, it's helping the economy. No, I tell you what they're doing. They're saying that kind of wording, they're putting that out there so that two things could be possible. People will, if that is true, that people will spend that kind of. Number one, it's that, the American people say, hey, the heck with it. I'm tired of not having anything, and watching my pennies. My kids are going to get a costume. We're going to have a nice, a nice thing. That's one.
Okay.
The other one is that it's a bunch of malarkey.
Well, all right. Here's the thing. Now keep in mind. Up until Reagan, we actually used to create things in this country. We used to have manufacturing. We would actually take everyone else's, resources, other countries, copper and all that crap, and ore, and we would build it here and create, I don't know, a car, a tank, a plane, a rail. We would make something, and then we would sell it back, because we were a manufacturing country, and that was our GDP. That was how we made money. Okay, we are no longer, because you've got the wonderful Republicans that love to ship all of our jobs in factories overseas.
Yeah.
We no longer make anything. We are a consumer-driven economy, and we have financial institutions that just make magic money. So really, like, manufacturing is like 5% of our GDP. 70% of it is actually consumer-driven. So when they say, yes, it's going to help the economy, yes, because when I go out and blow my cash in any type of transaction, it creates stimulus because, one, there's the sales tax exchange, but then also, please don't go shop at Walmart, but let's just say Target's. I hate those guys too. All right, let's just say Walgreens.
Somewhere out there.
You go to Walgreens, you buy some $20 piece of crap costume, because that's really all they are nowadays, and that company makes money.
Yeah.
So it does stimulate the economy because it's we're consuming something, and we have to, and it's really a tragedy. Wow,
Yeah, something's going to break somewhere.
That we have to go buy some crap in order to actually stimulate the economy. How about we just have jobs? And we just pay income taxes.
Well, that's a foreign concept.
Well, I know. I mean, how about we just, I don't know, maybe build something, like, I don't know, a road or a bridge or a school? Oh, no. That type of stimulus we can't have. We don't want to pass Obama's jobs bill or anything like that. And just keep in mind, I love how the Republicans, they were like, oh, we spent $1 billion in Libya to destroy a dictator. And I was like, wow, that's less than what the American people are going to spend on freaking costumes this year. So, I mean, you really put that in perspective. It's like, okay, we spent $900 billion to go to Iraq and create a war. Throughout, we're all pulling out by December. Hoorah, we'll talk about that next week. But throughout the course, because now you got medical and blah, 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 and getting everything back, $3.5 trillion. That is the total price tag to go there, do our thing, come back. $3.5 trillion. And we killed a dictator and found no weapons of mass destruction. And lost thousands of lives. And killed millions of Iraqis. Compared to $1 billion, where we just sent a bunch of bombs, educated some freedom fighters, and boom. Evil dictator dead, and not one American life gone. And we spent less than 1%, like $1 billion compared to $3.5 trillion. But no, they're going to bitch about that $1 billion. Meanwhile, at the same time, a bunch of Americans are going to both be stupid and blow $3.3 billion on a bunch of crap costumes. People, make your own, all right? Keep tradition alive. Make your own costume.
They used to do that a long time ago,
I make mine every year. I'll have to upload some photos.
For sure. Until the next time, Adrian Dante.
Sergeant Lamb.
We will see you again. Take care.